Underpinning the Match project was the vision of a home that responds to the needs of the individuals who live there.
Welcome home, Margaret. Joan called while you were out.
But to achieve this, the researchers faced a significant technological challenge. There are already many supportive technologies on the market, but these are devices made to different standards by different manufacturers, and they're not designed to work together.
It's quite hard to mix and match things at the moment. If you buy everything from the same manufacturer, for sure everything will work very nicely together, but the opportunity of mixing and matching from different manufacturers doesn't exist yet. So that's a challenge. How did we address this in Match? Well, we have aimed to produce a general purpose framework within which many different kinds of devices and solutions can be incorporated. And the way we do this is essentially to take these and to give them a kind of wrapper, if you like, which allows them to communicate in a uniform way with other kinds of devices.
To do this, the team at Stirling University set up a laboratory designed as a residential flat. It's kitted out with a range of different sensors that can monitor the activities of an individual at home, check for any risks, and enable the flat to interact with its occupants. Margaret is a volunteer who's come to help the researchers test the technology.
To us 10 years ago, the future just seemed to be if you can't cope on your own at home, you go into a home. But nowadays you realise that people living longer, you have to fend for yourself longer too.
What the sensors allow us to do is to monitor activities around the home. This information is sent to a central point, which is a computer system hidden within the home. The data is collected there, it can be analysed there. More importantly, the home system can react to this data.
A key goal of the Match project is to create home care systems that can be tailored to individual circumstances. So the starting point within any home environment is the needs of the people who live there. These needs form the basis of rules that the system can operate within the home.
The way in which the home care system works is not at all fixed. We have what are called rules, and these rules essentially say this is how the home should react in certain circumstances. If you fall, what should be done? Should we call a neighbour? Should we telephone 999? Should we alert the local surgery? Let's imagine it's something much simpler. Let's imagine you're late in getting up in the morning. So you're normally up at 8 in the morning, it's 9 o'clock, maybe you're unwell. What should we do? So we can then have a rule that says, well, in these circumstances, send a text message to a family member saying that the user hasn't got up yet, and they're probably okay, but it might be well to pop round and just check that everything is all right.
The system is designed to be flexible, so rules can be set to ensure the home is responding to the needs of the individual. From simple reminders that a favourite TV programme is about to start,
Margaret, this morning is about to come on TV,
to alerting carers if medication is forgotten or someone has fallen. To create a flexible and adaptable system, it was essential for the Match team to research and develop a wide range of methods for people to interact with the home care system. The researchers from Glasgow and Edinburgh universities worked closely to develop ways of communicating that work well for people who are older or have disabilities. One method was to use voice communication.
By the way, this morning is about to come on TV.
The nice thing about speech is that you don't have to be in front of a console to use it. If you have a visual message, you have to be in front of the screen. If you have an auditory message, you can just hear it wherever there's a loudspeaker. Same with speech input.
But using voice communication also brings challenges.
Ageing changes not just the way you look outside, but also the way you look inside, your anatomy and your physiology. And your physiology then affects how your voice sounds. So there are lots of problems, starting from recognising the speech that's come in, processing it, to devising what should be said in response, and then transmitting it in a way that people can understand.
So speech interaction is just one of a wide range of options.
As well as the auditory ones, we've also looked at tactile messages. So you could just have a small vibration motor similar to the ones you get in your mobile phone. But you could have that on a watch, for example, or in a pendant that rested here. There are lots of people with dual sensory impairment, so both sight impairment and hearing impairment. And sometimes a tactile reminder to the body or the skin, or even an olfactory smell-based reminder, might be the only option for them to receive information. And if that's critical for them to be able to stay at home rather than be put in a care home, for example, then that's a really good alternative communication channel for them.
Input from volunteers like Margaret was essential to help develop the technology.
This is what's so amazing to me, that there's so many different methods introduced now that it was never thought of 5-10 years ago. I enjoy being part of it. It really is important, very important, that the older person is involved. There's no good, no matter how much research goes into it, if an older person cannot apply it and are happy to apply it. So it's to get through to the people who are not used to modern technology, how it can be used. That is important.